The difference of a couple thousandths of an inch is the difference between a pump performing correctly specification-wise or crashing minutes into the test. I mean, the way I look at it is any weekend warrior or backyard technician that has torn apart his carburetor in a 78, whatever, could tear something down and put it back together. But when we're talking about putting it back together down to the nearest thousandths of an inch tolerance, that's where we come into play. My name is Jason. I've been with Republic now for going on 15 years. I basically direct the flow of traffic down here on the floor. I think I've pretty close to mastered all of the current technologies we work on. Not a lot of people know this particular industry, but I'm always learning.
I'm Eric Johnson, service manager here at Republic. Been here a little over 6 years now and been managing the service department for a little over 3. I can do a lot of troubleshooting over the phone. I actually do that quite a bit. A lot of times we can kind of rectify the issue without ever having any costs accrued for the customer. And I'm not really out to steal a customer's money, so if it's something that I can recognize the problem, I try to get them something on the quick so I'm not just bringing the pump in for no reason, which I feel builds that customer relation for me, for knowing that we're, honest about it.
Eric and I both strive to satisfy the customer with not only the end result, because let's face it, when they bring us the product, it's broken.
The biggest failure that we have is just lack of maintenance.
But we've had some pretty catastrophic failures as well, to where it takes quite a bit to get that unit back up and running.
Most of my calls are from customers who don't even know what they have to repair. They just know it's not working.
And most of the time we're dealing with, a lot smaller companies that don't have endless pockets. They can't just afford to, invest in a brand new blower at $15,000, $16,000. Their only option is to obviously get the one that they have repaired for about that 40 to 60% the cost of new, and as quickly as they possibly can.
We've got 2 repair facilities, one in Dallas and one in Denver. Our Dallas repair facility is structured around the smaller vacuum equipment right now, with the expansion to larger equipment in the near future. Our Denver facility is our main repair facility.
We've been established as service repair for the Denver area since the early 90s.
And we can work on and repair just about any vacuum technology on the planet right now.
Everything. And that's not trying to toot our own horn or, blow smoke in any way. I think that anything that's out there in terms of industrial air on a negative pressure aspect, we can do. As far as manufacturers, we repair Bush, Becker, Reachley, which is now Gardner Denver, Nash, Decker, Ingersoll Rand to a certain degree, Seehee, Roots blowers. We're certified from 2.5-inch positive displacement up to now 10-inch.
If we've worked on all these other various manufacturers, then the technology's similar. The training that you have, the knowledge you've learned, you've just got to go understand their specs.
100%. Because that unit is really close to what we have done in the past, I'm pretty confident that if we can get those specifications that we need, that's something that we could rebuild all day long.
So once the pump arrives,
within a 72-hour period, they're brought off the shelf over to a bench, torn down, evaluated, and diagnosed.
When I quote a repair, I always get photo documentation of the actual failure of the unit, especially how it sits, where it is at. We can use that record to seek repair trends, to see if there's a way we can help the longevity of their units at their facility versus just repairing them all the time.
Assuming that the evaluation has been done and the customer has approved that evaluation,
I can send out a quote in about 5 to 7 business days.
That's when we gather parts.
We'll check our stock to see what kind of parts we have. If we have the parts in stock, it just goes into our repair queue.
Immediately after the pumps get torn down, before they get sandblasted, before they get hand washed, and before they get staged, they will definitely go in here to get all the grime, grease, dirt, dust, debris, oil off of them, so we can diagnose them a little bit more thoroughly before they get staged on the shelf.
If the repair is going to take longer than we thought and it's something you need to be able to get back up and running, we have a full rental fleet of most dry vane and oil flooded equipment.
We have a lot of different size pumps here, everything from about a 3 horsepower up to about a 10 horsepower.
We can rent that equipment basically on the drop of a hat, and we can get that ready within, I'd say 30, 40 minutes for you to come pick up, bring back to the facility and get hooked up.
Do we offer any kind of emergency repair?
We do. We have expedited repair services. Generally, it's about a 30% markup on the overall cost of the repair.
It gets put on a bench almost immediately. If a bench is free, great. If not, we will do our due diligence to clear that bench as soon as we possibly can.
And do the complete repair from start to finish and back to you in generally 1 to 2 business days.
All of our pumps come with a 6-month warranty.
And that's on all workmanship and parts. And I like to treat warranties kind of like an expedite, but without the fee. So if they're bringing it back in, I try to get that back up and running within just a couple of days.
And we're confident in that 6-month warranty because of our test procedures.
We have a very small warranty failure rate. If I had to put a number on it, it would probably be less than 1% of the pumps that actually go out.
We test them under full load. They'll never reach that same load out there in the field.
So once it's all done and we've tested it and it's completed, we'll generally give you a call and just let you know that it's ready to be picked up. If it's something that you can't pick up, we can either deliver it or ship it to you.
You know, when they get it back, it's something that generally lasts them about as long as a brand new unit. And in my opinion, with that being said, what they are getting is virtually a brand new unit.
Quality is a big deal, especially for these manufacturers who are depending on this pump. When somebody comes to us for their repairs,
It's not just changing filters or greasing a bearing. We tear them completely down and rebuild them from scratch, back to that internal clearance and factory tolerance. So at about 50% the cost of a new unit, they are getting a new unit.